Hi, dear teachers. I'm Queen. Now I'm going to talk about my dissertation. What are the factors that can influence the career choice of HR graduates in Shanghai? And I will divide my presentation into four aspects: introduction, literature review, findings, and the recommendation. First, the first part is a brief introduction about my dissertation, and then are three main reasons about why I choose this topic. Firstly, the continuous development of China's market economy has led to the change of college students' values. In order to prevent the change from developing in a negative direction, it is very important to timely understand the current career values of graduates. The second reason is that college students are important pillar of a country, and their career choice affects the development of our country. The third point is that I'm also a HRM graduate, so I want to see others' career choices. Based on the 3 points, this dissertation mainly focuses on 3 issues. What are the influence factors, and what's the impact, and then the third is what suggestions. The second part is about literature review. There are many theories about the factors of career choice that try to explain the reasons behind them, such as the long psychological theory based on career choices, which believes that people are only affected by environment factors. There are 3 types of environments, namely opportunities, supply and demand, and institutions. The principle of influence on various factors is mainly through economic theory, accident theory, sociological theory, and so on. Contrary to the professional non-psychology theory, the psychological theory of career choices emphasizes the influence of personal factors rather than external environmental factors on choice. Of course, the most extensive classification used in the study of career choices is the 3-dimensional framework, and these 3 dimensions are intrinsic, which refers to personal factors such as education, interest, attitude, and so on. Then is the extrinsic, which refers to government policy and the employer environment, and so on. The third is interpersonal relationships, which mainly emphasizes traditional family values, the influence of parents, and the influence of peer and the partner in our life, and so on. In the review of the literature, a series of factors affecting career choices and their impact on children are summarized. However, these summarized are analyzed from a large direction and have not been implemented into the investigation of specific occupations and majors. Therefore, this paper mainly wants to give a reference to the entire industry for the investigation of the factors of a career choice for HR graduates in Shanghai. Next is the third part about my findings. First, I selected 9 participants for interviews and summarized the answers from their answers. Secondly, I used 3-dimensional framework as my findings logic. The first aspect is from the perspective of the individual. The results found out that interest is the participants to discuss the most popular topics. They prioritize the areas that interest them. Secondly, personal professional values and personal ability affect people's choice of career. The second aspect is external environmental factors, mainly the impact of policies, economic conditions, employer environment, and so on. One of the important factors to consider in Shanghai employment is the economic situation. Because Shanghai's average GDP is higher than the national level. The second is the impact of the hukou policy. The average time it takes a graduate to obtain a hukou in Shanghai is about 7 years, which is a necessary factor for all non-local graduates to consider if they want to live in Shanghai. At the same time, the employer environment is also important, which determines the loyalty of graduates to the company. The third aspect is the impact of interpersonal relationships. Among them, the most extensive influence is the influence brought by family, such as parents' occupation, parents' opinions, and so on, which are all considered by graduates. The second is peer influence, both positive and negative. The positive impact is mainly reflected in the fact that graduates can learn from excellent peers and make reference to their career planning. The negative effects are mainly reflected in the psychology of comparison, which makes graduates choose material-driving jobs. Other factors, such as partners, teachers, and others, were also involved, but at a lower rate. The last part is the recommendation that I want to give. In order to make HRM graduates have better employment environment and correcter career venues, it can be improved from the four rules of individual, school, society, and government. For the individual, what college students need to do is to constantly improve and adjust themselves according to the actual situation, and realize their life goals and values in a more rational way. In view of this, college students can break the traditional idea that choosing a career is a lifelong career, but have the consciousness of choosing a career after getting a job first. For the society, the market should introduce relevant policies to protect the rights of college students. In addition, enterprises should have long-term human resource planning. For the colleges, universities should grasp the cutting-edge improvement information in a timely manner through data collection, market research, or cooperation with employers to share employment information. Last, the government needs to adjust the industrial structure, improve relevant supporting policies, actively develop the tertiary industry, and create a large number of employment opportunities for college students. Of course, there are also several limitations to be noted in this paper. The first is that the sample size is limited, so the results are not universally representative. In future research direction, attention should be paid to the sample size. The second is the limited information. The third point is that the results are time sensitive and can only be applied at a certain stage. Because the policy, economic situation, or market environment will change with time, thus influencing HRM graduates' choice of career. That's all my presentation. Thanks for listening.